video talk. We're talking video talk. We're talking video talk. We're talking video talk. We're talking video talk.
Yeah.
We're talking video talk.
Bitch, we're talking with our boy Willie. You know he's got the shit. He's dancing real hard, I know you'll never get sick of it. He's got that tee on, got that long sexy hair. You know he's about to take his shirt off, his abs so bare. He's got a six-pack, they call him Suburban Commando. He's a big motherfucker and he's dropping it low. He's about to slap that ass, baby, about to slap it so hard. You ever seen this motherfucker running naked through your backyard?
We're talking video talk. We're talking
Video talk, bitch, we're talking video talk. Get your video talk. You best subscribe. You best subscribe or die. You best subscribe or dive to video talk.
Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good day, good morning, whatever good is for you. So here I am back in the game. My name is Willie and I'm doing video talk for you. And today's topic is Giallo. So you know what the Giallo is, don't you? But who's with me? Who's with me? Jay the Cinemaniacs is here. Hello everybody. And Timo M is there. Hebo, JAA, Lily and Volunteer. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Which of one of yous are from Finland? Because I'm from Finland and it is 8 p.m. here. Which one of you is not from Finland? Let's ask that way. Okay, so hey, I need to ask you one thing, so you can answer to me in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this postponedly. But what is your favorite Giallo film? Yeah. And hey, those who don't know what is a Giallo, so Giallo is a genre of Italian thriller films. And basically Giallo means yellow, the name. And the name comes from these books, like these kind of trashy and pulpy novels that were really very popular in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Then the name came from that fact that these books were usually in yellow covers. So Giallo, the name comes from that. And the most popular Giallo must be Dario Argento's Animal Trilogy. There's like hundreds of Giallo films, so this can never be like a complete list of Giallo movies. But there are plenty of Giallos, and maybe a Giallo film is separated from slasher because Giallo usually tends to, be like a detective story. One of the victims or one of the characters is a suspect. Is the murderer. So basically the Giallo films usually tend to invite its viewer to guess who the killer is. Unlike in the slasher, it's Jason. It's fucking Jason or Freddy or Michael Myers. So it's not about the who done it. But Giallos are mostly about who done it. And Hexagore Profondo Rosso says that Profondo Rosso is his favorite Giallo, and that indeed, my dear friend, is a very good in its own genre. But I think Profondo Rosso, I really do like more the international shorter cut, because I watched Deep Red. I had only seen the longer version, but when I saw the director's cut, which cuts much of the humor out and shortens it down, like fleshes it out more, cuts fat away from the film, so I appreciate it a lot more about this international version. Lilu says Norway rocks. My fave thus far, Perfume of the Lady in Black, says Elokuvaprojektori. I haven't even heard about that film, but that's a great thing about these Giallos, because you can stumble into new names constantly, because I don't think that nobody has seen all Giallos. And yeah. Hello, or should I say ciao, says Tutipunte. Hey, ciao to Tutipunti. And Hexacore says, I also prefer the international shorter cut. The humor is in the director's cut makes it bit tone deaf and misplaced. That is my thoughts exactly, Mr. Hexagore. It's unnecessary and kind of like spoils the film for me. Maybe. But yeah, this is a live show. Feel free to ask in the comments in the chat, and if you're watching it later, you can comment in the comment section. And also remember that I will do videos about this. I will do these. I have five films to be reviewed. I do separate videos out of only those reviews. So if you are too busy to watch my babbling about video talk babbling, so you can later watch these videos only with the review. And Lilu has just watched the Troll movie from Norway. Well, that is not a Giallo, but I have also seen. Hey, do you mean the new version? Because isn't there an older film also called Troll? I have it on Blu-ray, but I heard that there was a new Troll film. So do you speak about the new version of the Troll? And now I think I have one beer because I'm having a bit of a hangover, so I think I have. Now I need to cure this hangover a little bit. Last night I went to bar. After a long time. It's been a long time since I went to the bar, but last night I did. Yeah, it was nice. The older was Troll Hunter. Okay, thank you for correcting me. Hey, throw me your favorite Giallos, and now first film on my list is... Let's start with this, shall we? So, Four Flies on Grey Velvet from year 1971, and this was directed by Dario Argento, and this is the third film in this so-called animal trilogy, which are the first parts is Bird with a Crystal Plumage and Il Gatto a Nove Code, which means a cat of nine tails. But this was the third one, and I think this is the least known of these films. But let's see the box first, and then talk about the films, shall we? So yeah, Four Flies on Grey Velvet comes with this Severin Films store exclusive slipcover 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray package. It's a 3-disc package. It's a 4-disc package. One Ultra HD, one Blu-ray, and one extras Blu-ray, and then we have the soundtrack as well. So it's a great box overall. But first, let's take a look of the cover, of the slipcover. So we have this like a mask, killer mask with the camera, and very suitable for the film because I think this is the most iconic image in this film. I will deactivate the focus now because I forgot to do this. I don't understand why doesn't it keep the setting, but alright, now it shouldn't go blurry anymore. Okay, wait a second, little second. Yeah, alright. The missing integral piece of Dario Argento's canon, says the box art here. This is probably a United States poster art back from the day. But let's see here, what do we have a reversible sleeve? I don't remember. Yes, we do have a reversible sleeve. So this is kind of like a part of Italian poster art. The Tre Mosche di Velluto Girgo. I am completely raping these Italian titles, but I will keep the English back cover here. And then we have, I said, we have a new 4K master of the film, and I gotta tell you, the film looks pretty good for its age. I don't think it is as visually glorified as the previous films in this series. Maybe Dario Argento doesn't play with the color that much in this film, but it is passable. It is very good picture quality, but not visually as glorified as the previous one. Oh, okay, but in this film there is this drummer guy called Roberto, and some strange guy is following him all around, and one night he catches the guy and says, "What the fuck you following me for?" And then accidentally Roberto stabs this guy to death, or so he thinks. And then there is this mysterious camera guy wearing this mask who takes picture of the killing of this old man, and then later on, this mysterious phone call start to the Roberto's house, and the killer says that, "Yeah, I know that you killed this poor chap, and now if you don't do something." I don't remember was there any demands by the killer, but this killer murderer threatens to call the police and give the pictures of Roberto killing this guy unless something happens. But now after that, Roberto's friends start to die, and then Roberto hires this gay detective guy to find out who might the killer be. And I gotta tell you, when the killer is revealed, this detective guy happens to know it, but he gets killed before. Okay, that's a spoiler. Okay, I may be entering the spoiler territory now, so please shut up. Put something in your ear for the next minute. But actually, the killer is revealed in the end by where the name comes. 4 flies on the gray velvet. Because the police are they have developed this new technology that you can see the last image from the dead people's eyes. So they see this image of 4 flies on a gray velvet, and that is what reveals the killer. I gotta tell you, that's borderline science fiction, this machine that they use. But yeah, I think this is the most memorable scene. A memorable thing to remember from this film. Other memorable scenes are the Bud Spencer cameo. Not a cameo. It's a pretty big role, and also the murder scenes, even though not as good as in these previous films, but they are, also always a highlight of Dario Argento film. But once again, I have to say that previous films in this trilogy, these contain better murder scenes, and for somehow I feel like Dario Argento isn't too enthusiastic about the making of this film. I don't know. I could be wrong, but. It doesn't feel the film doesn't seem to have the same edge as the previous films. I don't know. Maybe Argento was a little bit tired of this gimmick. And if you're wondering what does that have to do with these previous films, nothing. So this is called Dario Argento's Animal Trilogy, but. These films don't have anything other to do with themselves or with each other than the title has animal names in the title, nothing else. Yeah, but 4 flies. Remember that this is the last image that the killed person saw when she got murdered. There's some humor in the film, and like previously we were talking about Deep Red, but it's a little bit hit and miss, man. I don't think Dario Argento films need humor in it, and frankly, I don't think that Dario Argento is a very good comedy director. But I guess it's a acquired taste. If you love Italian comedies, maybe you love this humor, but not for my taste, I have to say. But overall, I talked some shit about the film, but overall, it's okay film, but not as good as the previous films in this series, and definitely not as good as, let's say, Dario Argento's Tenebrae or Deep Red or later films. Okay, maybe it's a hell of a lot better than, let's say, something like the Card Player or Stendhal Syndrome or whatever. The Vampire 3D. Holy shit! That was the balls, man. That was the shit, man. But yeah, you get my point. I will rate this film a 3 out of 10, 3 out of 5 stars, because it's a mediocre Dario Argento entry. Not bad, but not, not great either. So what about the extras in this set? Yeah. First of all, we have the film. We have two versions of the film. It's a director's cut and English language cut. I have never seen the English language cut. Have to say that. So I only watched the director's cut. Maybe, hopefully, the English language cut is shorter of the comedy parts, but I can't know. I couldn't tell you, but so you know that this includes both of the cuts. And previously, I've had this Finnish DVD. Who Flies on Grey Velvet, and this, I do believe, includes the shorter version. It seems that this is 3 minutes shorter. This, yeah, but I don't remember which version this was. So don't take that with a grain of salt. This comment about the version in this DVD. But yeah, this DVD, I mean, the longer version, it includes audio commentary with Mondo Digital's Natalia Thompson and Troy Howard. Very good fellows to talk about the films. But however, I have to tell you that I didn't have time to listen to this commentary. But usually, Troy Howard especially, he knows his Italian films. And that commentary is for a director's cut only. And then there's some trailers in this 4K version, and then Blu-ray. This Blu-ray disc includes the film as well. This Blu-ray, and also part of some of the extras here. Lord of the Flies and The Day of the Flies interviews with Dario Argento and Luigi Cozzi, and also Blu-ray includes the English and director's cut versions and audio commentary, as well as the 4K Ultra HD. And then we have the Blu-ray set of extras then, and we have some more interviews. And these, I believe, were completely new, these interviews, made for this release. And I have to talk with God interview with actor Bud Spencer. Yeah, Bud Spencer, always a great guy. Please, Mr. Postman, interview with actor Gildo De Marco. I am raping these names. Death in Slow-Mo. Interview with assistant cameraman Roberto Borges Davandaggi. One more thing I have to add to this film. One memorable thing is also Mimsy Farmer. She is in this film, and yeah, the excellent death scene in this film, which is slow motion car accident scene with beautiful music by Ennio Morricone. This was the last film that Dario Argento and Ennio Morricone did together until Stendhal Syndrome, which was in the 90s then. And Time Flies, interview with production manager Angelo Langolo. Dissecting Flies, interview with film historian Antonio Tentori. Flies on the Wall, interview with Alan Jones, author of Profondo Argento. Yes, I watched all these interviews, and they were very informative, as usually in Severin Films extras. Yeah, and then we have the beautiful soundtrack by Ennio Morricone, and this is one thing that makes this Severin film stand out from these Arrow Video 4K boxes, because these things don't include the soundtrack, but this includes the soundtrack CD. And man, oh man, I can't emphasize this too much, but I mean that Ennio Morricone's theme song is beautiful. It feels like a Christmas song. Okay, now I'm raping that too. Yeah, but overall the package is very good. Excellent release. Not so excellent film, but release is top notch. 5 out of 5 for the release, and movie I will give it 3 out of 5. And this is also includes the soundtrack listing in this poster form. Yeah, alright, alrighty then. So, what are your thoughts about the Four Flies on a Grey Velvet? Tell it in the chat or in the comments if you want. But this was a Severin's web store exclusive. It was sold out in the Severin's Halloween sale, and I do believe that this goes for over $150 in on eBay today. So if you are one of the lucky ones, if you bought this from the sale, Halloween sale, you might have in your hands a rare collector's item. I do believe that this is also released in France on 4K, but I have no confirmation about that. But yeah, Four Flies on the Grey Velvet. Yeah. So, what have you said to in the chat? I know it's not Giallo, just mentioned because okay, yeah, yeah, you can mention any film. Hello Ville, de lähde de la Tampere, says Arsi. Hello Arsi to Raahe. For those who missed out on the very limited Four Flies on Grey Velvet Ultra HD from Severin can get their fix with German release coming out of 1st of June. Hey, that's great news, Hexagore. Great to know. And it will be released by Platinum Picture in Germany, also 4 discs, including the soundtrack and digipack. Hey, that sounds like an awesome release. The drummer guy is played by Michael Brandon, who for us Finns was very beloved actor from Dempsey and Makepeace TV series. Yes, I remember that TV series. I gotta tell you that in this film at least, Michael Brandon is not a very good actor. Or is he just like weirdly directed? He seems like very like he isn't there. I get that funny feeling when I watch his performance in Four Flies on Grey Velvet. Do you get that same feeling? I don't know. I have to say that Bird with the Crystal Plumage is my favorite for Animal Trilogy, says JAA, and Elokuvaprojekti for Animal Trilogy Bird is my favorite as well. Hey, I do have to agree with you guys. I think Bird with the Crystal Plumage is the greatest of the series. And by the way, I really do like the artwork in this Arrow Video 4K release. Cat o' Nine Tails is my least favorite of the Animal Trilogy, says J.I. My least favorite is the Four Flies on a Grey Velvet. And mind you, that is not to be said that it's a bad film, but least favorite. All right. Hey, I think we can move on to the next review. And this was something that I actually watched completely today. So this should be fresh in my memory. I'm talking about 5 Women for the Killer as Vinegar Syndrome release of this film from year 1974 and directed by a cool sounding name guy, Stelvio Massi. Yeah, Stelvio Massi is probably mostly known of his work in Italian crime cinema and Italian polizieschi films. But apparently, at least he did one Giallo, which we have here. So, 5 Women for Killer. Let's see the slipcover first. Nice looking. Oh my god, I have to hide this because YouTube is going ape shit on my ass. But yeah, we have the slipcover, and properly it is yellow, like the Giallo. And this is VS 413 serial number here. Okay, then let's see the packaging. So, oh my god, I have made some sort of scratch to the cover somehow. So we have a reversible sleeve. This is on my front, and then we have the same picture as in the slip cover. But let's keep this original artwork here, and let's not try to destroy the cover anymore. Put it like that. Nice. And we have one Blu-ray with extras and of course the film. Okay, in this film there's a killer that hunts pregnant women in the city, and the police is investigating, and one of the suspects is this reporter guy that connects to the murder, so that he lost his wife during the labor, and so he thinks, and because of the women are pregnant, so the police suspect that for some reason he has gone haywire in his brain and started to kill some pregnant women. But is he now the killer? So clearly this film again is like very much like this whodunit story, very more so than Four Flies on a Grey Velvet. It's a pure whodunit, and the police get a lot of screen time here. And the police was played by this actor Renato Rossini, who might you remember from, this was the sleazy guy from New York Ripper, which has two of his fingers missing. The same actor there in this film, but in this film he plays the cop. I would say that this is a pretty bland Giallo. The ladies look good, they are gorgeous, and that is a main trope of these Giallo films. Usually the ladies are very, very beautiful in this film, and this is no exception. And the music, I don't remember who did the music in this film, but it was okay, nothing too special. A far cry from great title theme from Four Flies on Grey Velvet. It was okay, but most of the time the Giallos have a very good music, and it was appropriate music, and it was good, but nothing too memorable. And what is the worst thing about the film is it feels like a very dull. And the murder scenes and these thriller scenes, they are not too special. You know, after Dario Argento, you can really respect Argento's craft when he's making these thriller scenes. But I don't say that they were badly. It was by no means it was a badly made film. Just mediocre. And then there was some extra gore added later to the killing, but that extra gore was not in this film, but it was added as an extra. And the special effects were pretty poor, and you don't miss anything, even though they are not present in this theatrical cut. But you can see them in the extras. Yeah. Overall, I think I would rate this 2 out of 5 stars film-wise. But the release, let's see the release, and especially the extras, because they were surprisingly large amount of extras, considering that I would say that this is one of these lost Giallos, that forgotten Giallos that the Vinegar Syndrome is putting out on these box sets, which we will get soon in the topics. But yeah, maybe this was not included in the box set because they managed to gets a lot of extras here. My Name is Howard. It included the interview with Renato Rossini, 20 minutes interview, which Renato Rossini, this guy from New York Ripper, talks a little bit about his career and also talks about the films and the directors he has worked on. And I really liked his attitude. He is not shy to say that, yeah, I like to work and I like the money. So clearly he says that, yeah, I made a good money from these films. So yeah, I appreciate that honesty. And he's not saying that like this to be disrespectful for the films he made, and like implicating that, yeah, I didn't care about the film, but he cared about the film, but he also liked to get paid on this film. And did you know that he was a peplum actor, meaning that he was like a beefcake, a bulky guy who played in these Hercules films back in the day? I didn't know that. And the Massi touch an interview with filmmaker Danilo Massi. He's the son of the Stelvio Massi character, and he discusses about his dad's career in film and also how he entered the film business. I really don't know which films Danilo Massi has directed, but I think he probably has done some great films too, like his dad. And then working with Stelvio, a portrait piece of Stelvio Massi with actor Luc Miranda. And this film, this document or interview was Luigi Cozzi, the director and also the shopkeeper of the Dario Argento shop. And he has directed Contamination and also Hercules with Lou Ferrigno films, among many other films. But Luigi Cozzi in this interview discusses about the evolution of Italian Giallo cinema in the 70s, and also discusses about his French career, Dario Argento, and also some other directors. Interesting stuff. And last but not least, we have Cinematographers in Arms, a portrait piece of Stelvio Massi with friend and fellow cinematographer and director Roberti Girometti. And also, like you can say that he was a colleague for Stelvio Massi and discusses about the career of Stelvio Massi, especially in the Polizieschi series. So if you are a fan of Italian cinema and Giallo and Polizieschi, I think these extras are very interesting for you. And also there was these gore inserts that I mentioned previously. So these gore inserts that were added in the video release of the film back in the day, but for some reason they explain in the text in the front of these effects that they couldn't find the material on film, so they are missing for the film print. And like I said, if you have missed these gore scenes, you haven't really missed anything, but clearly they're like cutting some pig's meat, and it doesn't look that good. Yeah, and the film had Italian and English soundtracks, and also Italian, of course it had also English subtitles. So I will rate the film 2 stars, but the release I will rate it 4 stars. 5 women for the killer. So, any comments in the chat? Elokuvaprojekteri says, I did finally order that movie, 5 Women from Vinegar together with Mutant Hunt and Dog Tags. Elokuvaprojekteri, are you a fan of Giallo? Strange that 5 Women for the Killer was not part of the Forgotten Giallo box. Yeah, I was wondering that same thing, because I don't think that this really is that famous of a film, and I was thinking to myself that maybe they had some so big set of extras that they didn't want to include it in the box. But who knows? And also, I have to tell you that I think this is a pretty weird release for cinema. I mean, Vinegar Syndrome. Sure, they have done these box sets of Giallos, but they were box sets, and I think that that was their line, you know, not to put out, except in the box sets, Giallos. But okay, they did want these previous, I mean, this solo release, but. Okay, they may have been released some Giallos before, but if you know that, tell it in the comments then. I'd say I have a kind of Giallo mania going on for the moment. Okay, elokuvaprojektori, which is your favorite? Haha, cutting the pig meat made me think of the craziest Giallo ever made, Giallo in Venice. Hey, I have to tell you that I have never seen Giallo in Venice. But I hear that at least it is supposed to be very gory, to say the least. 21 people watching, 9 likes. Hey, could you hit me with that like button if you like Giallo films in general? Or if you like video talk? Yeah, I kinda knew from the get-go that this Giallo topic is not gonna be, you know, very hot topic. It's not gonna get a lot of views, but when I watched these films, I felt a huge urge to talk about them as well. So next time I will do something else. And hey, by the way, next time it is gonna be Vinegar Syndrome sale, and I was thinking about doing a morning show. Because isn't it starting in the next Friday Friday at midnight? So if so, then it's 7 a.m. in Finland. So I could be doing like a morning show. Will you watch it if I do that? It's gonna be midnight in the States and it's gonna be 7 a.m. in Finland. Hexacore says, oh, you should see Giallo in Venice. There's an inspector eating eggs all the time. There's some XXX inserts and quite unpleasant on the sleazy side of things. And it's very sexually gory as well. I think I'm gonna like this very much. Makes New York Ripper look rather subtle. I, for one, love to hear about different Giallos. Hey, volunteer, thank you very much about your comment. I appreciate it. I appreciate you listening to my video talk. Okay, so Forgotten Giallo is the next one, and this got voted for me. I asked from you guys in the chat, I mean in the community tab, that should I watch this or should I start watching the Mexican horror film box from Vinegar Syndrome, but the votes were pretty even, but ultimately I think this Giallo box got 1 vote more, so I did watch the Forgotten Gialli. So let's see the box and let's see if I like the films or not. Okay, no niin. Forgotten Gialli, volume 5. And yes, I do have the previous volumes also in my shelf, but this was something that I had not had the time to watch. I think it was released last summer, so it has been on my shelf waiting to get watched like almost a year ago. But first of all, about the box. I think the box looks pretty good, pretty fantastic. Let's see inside what's there. Alright, we have the guy from Tropic of Cancer, and then we have the black guy also from Tropic of Cancer, and then we have, oh, so great, so gorgeous lady. What was her name? What was the lady's name? It was the Anita Strindberg, but I will talk about her a little bit later. So, let's see, in the box we have Tropic of Cancer, and then white dress for Mariale. And then we have 9 guests for a crime. Okay, first film I watched, and this is mentioned first in this spine. It's The White Dress for Mariale. So we have the Vinegar Syndrome basic packaging, no reversible sleeve, but we have this kind of like picture from the film, and one Blu-ray containing the film and extras. And in this film there was some pretty typical, Giallo setup. So this bunch of people goes to a remote manor to have a party, and then there is a killer, and soon the guests of the house, they start one by one, they start dying in the party. So, and Mariale is a rich beauty who lives inside a large manor and with a protective servants. And I think she has a lot of problems in her head because she thinks that she is forcefully kept in the manor, and she sends secretly this message to her friends that, hey, let's have a party, come over here. So the film is another one of these bunch of people in a mansion, and someone is killing off them one by one. There are so many Giallos that follow this same pattern. That I don't know what's about that, and I don't think it's very interesting. Start point to start the story. But on the plus side, the music by Fiorenzo Carpi is very beautiful in the film, and also the females, the ladies, are very beautiful in this film. And especially Ida Gialli, who is playing this Mariale. Oh my god, what a beauty. No, but the film doesn't include that much nudity, one nude dance scene, and one this orgy scene where the people are getting drunk and dancing in the table. Kind of like a blasphemous scene, and maybe it was a hot scene back in the day, but yeah. The first murder after the opening sequence takes place almost an hour in the movie. So that's very long time to wait for the murders to happen. But after that it really picks up the pace, and people are starting to die, and there was especially brutal murder which happens in the pool. But other than that, I don't think the film had too much blood in it. Well, come to think of it, there was other scene too when the guy got eaten by dogs. So that was awesome too. And those were the highlights of the film. And also you could argue that this one dinner scene or dinner orgy scene is also the highlight as well. But it was directed by Romano Scavolini, and if you might know him better from this one film called Nightmare, which he got very famous about using these very gory effects in Nightmare. But during the making of White Dress for Mariale, it was made like almost 10 years previous to Nightmare. Exactly, it was actually made 10 years previous. But Scavolini didn't have interest in gore while making White Dress for Mariale. But overall, I think it's a little bit weaker level Giallo, this White Dress for Mariale. It has its moments, but nothing to write home about. So the extras on this disc was forget about this film. That kind of describes the attitude of the Romano Scavolini's attitude towards the film. It was an interview with Romano Scavolini, and Scavolini remembers the making of the film, and generally speaks about his film career. But he is not that enthusiastic about this film. But I think it was the first ever interview that I have seen from Romano Scavolini. Or was there in the doc tags, was there an interview? I don't remember anymore. But anyway, White Dress for Evelyn, 55 minutes interview with the actress Ida Gialli. Uh, she describes here her career in Italian cinema and in cinema in general, and all the people who's she's been working with, and all the directors, and yeah, interesting, interesting interview in the sense that you learn much more detail. From if you are listening to a person that has actually worked with these people, so you learn little details that you might have not known about your favorite directors. And then there was audio essay by Rachel Nisbet. It was 17-minute audio essay about this film and what it means in the Italian cinema and giallo genre. Interesting stuff as well. So that was Mariale. 2 for film and 4 for release. I mean, okay, 3.5 for the release. And then Tropic of Cancer. Now we have an interesting looking cover here, and let's see what's inside there. No reversible cover, but this kind of like inside picture. All right. And in this film, there is this married couple who go to Haiti, and they are, going for Haiti for a holiday, but they meet this doctor pal of the husband, and then they get involved in this like very complicated scheme that different criminal organizations want to have this LSD formula, this kind of new drug formula, and they are searching for this professor, and then of course people start to die, and this kind of husband gets excited about this new drug, and maybe he can enter this drug game. So it's like I don't think this is like a genuine giallo film. This is more like a crime film with giallo elements in it. So not a basic giallo then, but yeah, was it interesting? Well, okay, not too much, but I gotta tell you, there was this one amazing hallucination scene, because this Anita Strindberg, oh my god, she's so breathtakingly gorgeous lady, and in this film there's this hallucination scene when she gets accidentally poisoned by this drug, and then she dreams about being in this hotel corridor, red corridor, surrounded by black guys with their dicks hanging out, and then they are trying to grab her, and her hair like swings in the wind and it's in slow motion. It kind of reminded me of like some anime scene. It was so brilliantly, visually very, very fantastic scene, and that is definitely the highlight for me from this film. Girl. And the end music as well was pretty good, but other than that, I don't think the music was that interesting in this film. Okay, let's see what extras we have here. Of course, we have both Italian and English language soundtracks here, and then we have a 33-minute Sex, Voodoo and Dictatorship, an interview with the writer-director Gianpaolo Lom. The director of this film remembers the making of the film and also the time he spent in Haiti. This guy also was involved in the making of these Mondokane films, and then that explains why this film has like this kind of realistic footage about these Haitian rituals. And also I gotta tell you, this film included three scenes of animal cruelty, which was not for my taste. It includes a scene in the butcher house and one scene where this I don't even remember, but yeah, kind of nasty stuff. It was a ritual where this ox gets killed. Well, very much like in Apocalypse Now. Yeah, nasty stuff. And also, the director remembers his career in the years in Haiti, and also remembers meeting this Papa Doc, the local dictator of Haiti, which allowed him to make these films. And then there's audio essay by the same Rachel Nisbet, who did the audio essay on the previous films as well, and that is 18 minutes, and describing the background of the film and the making of the film, and also the Haitian culture, which kind of joins with the film. And then there was some outtakes from the film with the music soundtrack playing in the background, but nothing really special in the outtakes section there. Overall, also a good release, 3.5 star for the release, and film gets 2-star rating for me. Let's see, one more film still, 9 Guests for a Crime. Now this, I think this was my favorite from the box, because this is this family who goes to a remote island. They are, going there for having a holiday, 2 weeks on this remote island. And this family is full of douchebags. Everyone is a very mean person. Their men are fucking evil, and their dad is fucking evil, and their wives are also equally evil. These are very nihilistic people. So they go to this island, and of course there's a family tragedy, and then as we go along and people start to die, so bit by bit this family tragedy, gets revealed to the viewer, and then we understand why the killer is doing what he is doing. And then we get this kind of like a red herring, that is this killer, is this a zombie, is he a supernatural ghost or whatnot. But it's a Giallo. Usually in Giallo they don't include that much supernatural elements, and this is now no supernatural story. So the killings, there were pretty lot killing going on in this film, and I was kind of surprised that the first kill happened already in the first 15 minutes. I didn't have to wait for an hour to enter the first killing scene, and there were a couple of pretty good killings, and some gore, but nothing too special, and nowhere close nearly as good murder scene as in the Dario Argento films. But I think what makes it my favorite is not a good film per se, but it makes the film stand out from the other films from this box, because the characters, they were so nihilistic. I found myself laughing a lot of times in this film for these characters, because I don't think these kind of people exist. And if so, if these people are so fucking nihilistic and hate each other so much, why would they even go to a holiday together? What? If you are scared of your brother so much that you fear that he's gonna kill you, why would you go on a holiday for 2 fucking weeks in a fucking remote island? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? I don't understand. But I liked it. I gave the film 3 stars out of 5. And let's see the extras. What kind of extras we have on this disc? Giallo in Sardinia, 27 minutes, an interview with actor Massimo Forci. This is the guy from Last Cannibal World. You remember the Ruggero Deodato's horrible cannibal film. It's the same guy, and he remembers the Italian film industry, and he's kind of like very proud of being Italian, and proud of Italian film industry back in the day, and rightfully so. And also there is this audio essay by Rachel Nisbet, 15 minutes, and I for some reason I didn't watch it. I had something to do, so I forgot about it. I have typed here I did not watch, but I could have watched it, but I forgot about that. So I cannot comment on that, but I do believe that it is the same good stuff that was also from Rachel in these previous films. And also the film includes Italian language soundtrack and optional English subtitles in this great set of From Vinegar Syndromes. Yeah. Okay, so overall, not that special films, but in these Forgotten Giallis, I think this is a common problem. See, there's a reason why these Giallis are forgotten. Nothing special, not too special films, but I think this is still available, this limited box set from Vinegar Syndrome. So if you're a collector like I am from Vinegar Syndrome, maybe you want to snatch this from Vinegar Syndrome sale, which is coming up real soon. So I think this will run out. It will sell out during the sale. Don't remember was there's that many copies left anymore. But hey, Forgotten Gialli, hey, what do you think about the Forgotten Gialli? Do you have the other Forgotten Giallis? I have them over there. And are you eagerly waiting for Forgotten Giallis Volume 6? Thanks. Alright. Haven't that Forgotten Gialli box as well, but haven't yet watched any of the movies in it, says Elokuva Projektori. You need to get that. You need to also do a project like I did and take this. Take a project that now I need to watch these. I did finally order that Weimar. Oh, okay, I read that already. Hey, that was Francis Barille movie, A Perfume of a Lady in Black. Absolutely wonderful movie. Hey, I need to see that. Is it really? Who has released that? Elokuva Projektori says, I watched Giallo in Venice some time ago. Leonardo Fari is also wonderful, but overall it wasn't my cup of tea. Hey, what is your favorite Giallo? Let's talk about that a little bit more before I quit. Hey, throw me some ideas. The Perfume of Lady in Black is something that I need to see sometime. Hey, I am waiting the sale. Are you going to review Vinegar sale online? Hey, I was just talking about that Nico 75 earlier in this show. I was thinking about doing a morning show Friday morning because it starts, it is 7 o'clock in the morning Finnish time when the sale starts. I think I have done previously this sale live show, but maybe I do it another time. Usually I have these lives, you know, Sunday evenings in the Finnish time, but maybe I can make an exception if you like. I think it would be interesting to go online the first thing then when the sale pops on. But I understand it's a little bit rough to wake up, you know, 6:30 or something. 9 Guests sounds like one of more rare rural Gialli type of a movie. Interesting. Yeah. If you consider a rural movie that they are in the remote island, then yes, it is. Do you have any Blu-ray companies in your country that put on quality of Vinegar Syndrome? No. Maybe the closest could be Non-Stop Media, which is a Scandinavian distributor. But these Vinegar Syndrome films, they would be far too exotic for them. Futura Film is one of the labels that put out a little bit rarer stuff, but I don't think they wouldn't touch Vinegar Syndrome stuff because there really isn't a market for this. You know, we are so small country, so I don't think they would sell that good. Perfume is 88 films release, but there are other releases as well. Thanks for the info. I love the night Evelyn came out from the grave, says Ragnar666. I really like the Red Queen kills 7 times. Alright, another name that I have never even heard about. I will wake up 6:30 if you do that. Yeah, Nico, my man. You will do if I do it. I will let you know if I decide. I think I will do that. And then that also means that then I won't be doing Sunday show then, if I do Friday show. Others I really love, Don't Torture a Duckling. Hey, that's an excellent film. That I gotta tell you that may be in my top 5 list of all time of Giallos. Don't Torture a Duckling. Lucia Fulci. What have they done to Solange? I think I have seen that, but I don't remember so well about that film. And also I have seen Torso. I think I was expecting a little bit more from a film called Torso, but there was not, there was any torsos. There wasn't any torsos in that film. What was the film? Hey, I just remembered something. What was that film when this girl is in the house, her own house, and then the murderer comes through the door, knocks the door down, and then this girl, for some reason, she has an operating chainsaw on her table, kitchen table. What film was that? And then she picks up the chainsaw and starts to, defend herself from the killer. Was that Enzo G. Castellari's Cold Eyes of Fear? Maybe. But somehow I find it funny that this, chic Italian chick in the 70s, living in the city, why would she have a, ready to go chainsaw on her kitchen table? I don't know. Vinegar Syndrome did another of such Gialli set, nothing in underneath and too beautiful to die. Yes, that is a good point. Yes, I watched it and they were pretty fun films. And they were a little bit later. Usually if I say that, I watched a Giallo, I think usually I mean a film from 70s. Sure, there were Giallo films that qualify made in the 80s as well, but most of the time I think the people who say that mean that the films, these films from the 1970s. My favorite Giallo is Hotel Fear, aka Pensione Paura. Hey, another title that I'm not familiar with. Does it have a Finnish name? Elokuvaprojektori says no markets here unless they are starting boutique releases of Pekko movies and some such. For the English-speaking people, Pekko movies are very bad Finnish comedy movies. And they are going crazy amounts, the DVDs in the huutoppi.net, which is a Finnish eBay. Alright, hey, it is 9 o'clock here. I think I have to retire, go to shower and watch maybe I watch some film and getting ready to go to sleep and getting ready to start a new working week. Hey, I will thank you for watching the show and maybe we get back to the show in the next Friday when the Vinegar Syndrome begins its sale. If not on Friday, then Sunday the least. Yeah.
Hell yeah, alright.
Thank you, everybody, guys. See you around, guys. Bye-bye.
Video, 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 video space. Video talk, talking video talk. We're talking video talk.
Thank you, nice chat. Gotta go watch some Gialli. watch this. Watch
We're
this.
talking video talk. We're 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 talking video talk.
Yeah.
We're talking video talk.
Bitch, we're talking with our boy Willie. You know he's got the shit. He's dancing real hard, I know you'll never get sick of it. He's got that T on, got that long sexy hair. You know he's about to take his shirt off, his abs so bare. He's got a six-pack, they call him Suburban Commando. He's a big motherfucker and he's dropping it low. He's about to slap that ass, baby, about to slap it so hard. You ever seen this motherfucker running naked through your backyard?
We're talking video talk. We're talking
Video talk, bitch, we're talking video talk. Get your video talk. You best subscribe. You best subscribe or die. You best subscribe or dive to video.